Good Tuesday morning, everybody. John and Lance, along with Dell, for the next 3 hours here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Boy, oh boy, what a crap day yesterday. Now, I will say this. I'm going to hold out on Kikuchi. He's really sucked, okay? But everybody that comes over here, like Taylor Scott was no good before he came here.
Yeah, this has been the argument is you get one of these mid-level players who aren't going to excite you, but they end up over-pitching where they've been.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Charlie Moore,
for whatever reason,
way.
they've got some magic sauce here still.
Well,
the law firm is still doing a good job. I mean, Taylor Scott, the way he's pitching.
That's true. True. But a lot of the guys we've seen was Strami.
Some guys aren't as good as they were before, like Presley.
Right.
Although he did have, I didn't realize this, he had 15 consecutive outings without giving up a run. Mm-hmm. But he did give up the run last night, and Josh Hader with another home run. Boy, if there's one guy I want up against Josh Hader, it's Michael A. Taylor. 2 home runs, a single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. He's hit on all 5 times he's faced Hader.
If you missed the end of the game, the Astros gave up the lead, the 2-1 lead, then a 2-0 lead, and really the Astros leads came on errors.
Well, yeah.
But Paul Skeens was
all they scored was on that error.
Paul Skeens was as advertised, but they actually hit him. Had some base hits. I mean, they had some success against Skeens.
Yeah.
And relative to the rest of the world, I guess. And then, you had a 2-0 lead, then it was 2-1. And then Ryan Presley came in and quickly made it 2-2 when they had to get out of that jam. Bases were loaded. And you got out of it, and Abreu did his job previous to Presley. Presley didn't do his job. Tied up, they go to the ninth, and Josh Hader gives up a 3-run home run. And, I mean, it was a piss missile.
Mm-hmm.
Just zoom. You lose, but it felt to a lot of Astros fans like you lost twice yesterday because the Astros also traded for Yusei Kikuchi in kind of a trade that is what I've been talking about is just like a fifth starter, an extra arm. I didn't think it was going to be a big trade because they just don't have that kind of farm system. But little did I know you could still move your entire farm system for a guy who this year is 4-9. But even forget this year. I see what you're saying. If you go back and look at him historically, because I wanted to be happier about the deal, he's not any higher than a 1.3. He's a 1.3 whip for his career. That's who he is. That's what he is. His other numbers, you look at expected ERA is a little bit better than his numbers are, but it just doesn't. The Astros gave up Joey Loperfido, Jake Bloss, and Will Wagner. 3 prospects with major league potential for what amounts to a 33-year-old rental who can get you through a couple of years. Is his contract up this year? But it's a short-term guy regardless.
Right.
He's a 33-year-old who is a left-hander who can top it up there around 98 in the zone. So he's got some fastball. He's got some decent stuff, but it's never translated into, you can't point to one single year where you say, man, he was really good here. Here's a couple really good years when he was with this team. You can't find that in his background. And so Astros fans are really pissed off about this. And it just on the surface, I just refuse to believe. At first I heard it was Jake Bloss. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. You give up a younger guy for a guy that's got major league experience. This totally makes sense. This is kind of what I was expecting. And then I was like, wait, what? Loperfido was in this. So not Bloss and Loperfido? No, they both are. Oh, also, and Will Wagner in the minor leagues, who is a potential replacement for Bregman in the future. Like, wait, what? Okay, so they're taking back Montero's contract then. So they gave up all this as part of a salary dump for Montero. So Bagwell's bad contract, you're going to have to give up an extra prospect for that. No. Oh, man, we should have thought about that.
This is a 2-month rental.
This is a 2-month rental that in a deal that,
for 3 guys,
quite frankly, it looks like a Bill O'Brien trade.
Well, that's not that bad. I mean, you didn't give up a star like DeAndre Hopkins. Bill O'Brien that's the worst trade.
Well, with Hopkins,
now here's the deal: is okay. where are all the guys for Greinke? Where are the guys for Verlander? Where are all the guys? We got to find out if these guys. We'll find out.
Greinke and Verlander. This is Kikuchi.
I know that's true. No, it's true. Don't get me wrong. And it's only a 2-month rental. It is bad. It's bad. There's no question about it. They got fleeced. And James Click is in Toronto. And oh my gosh,
knows the minor league system.
Knows these guys. Of course, Bloss was Dana Brown just drafted Bloss last year. So, but Loperfido has been around a little bit, and Will Wagner has been around a little bit. So this is a little bit why you would make a deal. I know Tillman wouldn't make a deal with Darryl after he left. I'm not sure it's the best thing in the world to be making deals, especially for a meh pitcher, and you're giving up 3 of your top 15 prospects in your organization. That is it's unheard of.
These are 3 potential major league. I mean, 2 of them have major league experience already. Although Bloss is short term, Loperfido. Yeah, and look, I saw people losing their mind over Loperfido. Loperfido is a high strikeout player. I could see Loperfido being part of a deal, but part of a deal for somebody way better than this.
Yeah.
I just, once again, it's hard to find the background, the Kikuchi's background, other than he throws hard.
He must have a great spin rate.
His spin rate must be fantastic. Yeah. And maybe they just and I get really wanting a left-hander. I get that with some juice.
2 months? 2 months, and you're giving up 3 prospects?
This is a lot to give up.
Listen, there were guys online it was funny that went back and went, you see, I told you this. Like, I think it was, I forget, it was Michael Schwab, or there was some guy. He said, you know what? The Astros we're hearing all these big names. They're going to end up with Kikuchi
and overpay for him.
And overpay for him.
That's not a guy.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that guy could not be more right.
Well, I mean, it's kind of what they do.
Apparently, they were talking to about Flaherty right before with Detroit, and then it's just like, oh well.
And then the argument came up. Well, it's a seller's market, guys.
Whoa!
It's a seller's market for average to above average prospects. I get that you may say that with Kikuchi. You can go try to find some analytics that or some data points that show you that he might have a chance to be better than he is, and that's fine. But in no world is this the selling price. Like, if it's really a seller's market this bad, then you don't buy the house.
Yeah,
you just don't buy the house. You would have been better off not making a deal than making a deal because you still keep commodities on your roster.
Somebody was, hey, you know what? They added a pitcher. They're going for it. This is not an organization that's going to sit. They go for it every year, and they added a pitcher. I said, no, they didn't. They subtracted one. They subtracted a pitcher and added. I would at this point right now, I'd almost rather have Bloss on the mound.
But what do you? I know you've been excited, but what do you like? What are you?
Well,
so
the potential of him. I mean, he's moved up through the. He's moved up. He's a big, strong kid too. That's another thing. And this is Kikuchi, not so much. And Kikuchi, we know what Kikuchi is. Now maybe he comes here, and I'm going to keep an open mind because maybe he comes here, and the law firm can help him out.
Oh, no, he has to be great though.
He has to be really.
He
good.
has to be way above average.
Yes, he has to be. By the way,
you've now.
You
so
did
much
this, and he's probably. I don't know if that he's going to be better than Eric Eddy, or if Verlander comes back. He's not in the postseason. He's not. Well, Kikuchi's not a postseason starter.
This is a type of move.
You did this for a non-starter in the postseason.
This is the type of move that you make, which is what I thought they would make. I didn't think this would be the price tag. This is the kind of move you make to help you get through the season. We need another arm. This is all I was saying when we had this argument at East River Night is you get a guy, he helps you through the season. You got these injuries, he can get you through, kind of a JP France type deal. Then in the postseason, he can go to potentially the bullpen if he's pitching well as an extra, as an innings guy. I never expected the price tag to look like this. I said something like a AA prospect or whatever for this level of player. If the seller's market, if this is what the going rate was for Kikuchi, you don't make this deal. You don't. This is such a poor deal in philosophically speaking. And even if he pitches above average, I still don't think it's a good deal.
No.
Like, because you have rented him for 3 potential. And even if you say, well, Will Wagner, if they re-sign Bregman, you won't even. then he's a commodity for another deal. You don't just give away chips out of your treasure chest for nothing. It doesn't make sense. And I saw the picture of Jeff Bagwell up in the box with Dana Brown talking to him in the second inning.
Oh, no, you're not putting this on Bagwell.
No.
No.
But I will say, Bagwell has a say, along with what we've been told is Bagwell, Biggio, Dana. I don't know if Biggio gets in there. But
No. Because now all of a sudden we're changing it because I heard before.
Dana.
Now it's Dana Brown. He's in charge. Okay, because Bagwell did that when there was no general manager. Now Dana Brown is there. It's Dana Brown's team. Blah 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 blah. This is squarely on Dana Brown. Dana Brown is the general manager, and he did this deal.
He's the one who crafts the deal. Now who to go after or whatever. I don't even begin to know how that stuff works because I know that Bagwell, Jackson.
Did Bagwell fly there to Toronto and close this deal?
Bagwell, Jackson, Jim Crane. Is it the big four? Or is it five? Is Biggio?
Biggio's kind of in it.
Okay, so it's five, but I don't ever see Biggio in there.
No. Yeah, well, we don't.
I never see him
behind the scenes. They
we don't see him up there.
They have their little powwows.
I did see him next to Dana Brown. I'm not saying this is Jeff Bagwell's trade. What I'm saying is when they showed that picture, the city of Houston collectively lost their mind, and this became a Jeff Bagwell deal because we've seen him do. Stuff like this.
No. This is squarely on Dana Brown. You're the general manager.
No, you crafted the deal.
If it was Reggie Jackson and Jeff Bagwell and Jim Crane, you put your foot down and say we can't do this deal.
We can't make this deal right now. You got to do it. Go for it. I mean, this is a move that honestly, this is a move. Say I'm wrong on this. Knowing what you know about how the Laramie Tunsil deal went, and that was for a great left tackle.
Right.
Does this not feel like what happened with just whatever it takes? It doesn't matter.
Well, we don't know what the discussions were. They might have all been in agreement this was a good deal. We don't know.
But exactly. Well, that was a cap guy who said no.
Right.
But you had two guys, Jack Easterby and Bill O'Brien, who were all on board for this. Just like whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what the price tag is.
Right.
This is like it doesn't matter what the price tag is move. And that doesn't make any sense for this level player. If you're showing me Crochet, then let's have a talk.
No, yeah, right.
But not Kikuchi.
Right. Well, here's the deal is maybe Bloss's spin rate wasn't good. Maybe Loperfido, the strikeouts are too high that they didn't feel like.
Dana knows these guys.
Maybe Will Wagner is not what we've gotten a lot of hype because he's Billy Wagner's son. We got to find out. Listen, it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal only in that you depleted your farm system, a bad farm system already. You depleted it more for a meh pitcher. Now, he better be good. He better be really good.
He
better be a lot better than he was in Toronto.
And guess what? And here's the scary thing. If he is, because you got to think ahead a little bit, if he is way better than you expected, guess who's getting a new deal from the Astros, and what's that going to look like?
Oh, yeah. No. A Montero deal.
Yeah, because you're going to want to make it like, okay, well, we don't want these prospects to have gone for nothing. Why don't we keep them for a couple of years? Is there any chance when we come back, we'll start taking your phone calls?
Oh, my God. Well, here's why you did it, why you brought him on. You know what his annual payroll is?
What?
$3 million.
Yen?
No. America dollars. 3.33306.
Dale, you don't have to wag your tail at me, wag your finger at me.
So you're still under the luxury tax now because
what in the world?
He's only costing you $1 million.
Well, that's
less. Yeah.
Jim Crane he is not going to let you have.
Wow.
He is not going to let you give away. I mean, how do you not make them take Montero?
Now,
if you don't want to give up Montero.
Now, he's only against the cap this year's payroll.
If he's $3 million remaining or total for this year.
League tax, luxury tax. He's only 3.3 this year
for the whole year
against the tax. He was 12 million, 3.3. He did a 3-year 36, but whatever. Oh, I guess the signing bonus, whatever it is. But he's only counting 3.33 against the tax this year.
This year for the Astros.
This year, no, one something for the Astros. The whole year 3.3.
Well, this is they just went to a thrift store. What are they doing paying Why are they paying retail prices at a thrift store? God almighty. What are we doing, fellas? I mean, even if he works out, I don't understand the concept here from a team building standpoint.
Now, the adjusted salary is with the Blue Jays for 3.3. He might be a $10 million guy overall, but for the Blue Jays, he was against the cap. He was 3.33. So I don't know. Maybe it's 10 for the Astros. Maybe
I doubt. Well,
I don't know. But either way,
you're also only paying.
No, this is exactly what you said would happen. Go get a guy that's about a $4 million, $5 million guy, and you're like. And it's like, well, what do we want that guy for, though?
I don't mind adding Kikuchi because he's just, let's get him in here. Let's get through the tough times with Verlander out. He's a left-hander who throws hard. We'll see if Miller can get something,
He's got strikeout numbers.
He's got some strikeout numbers. He can pitch out of the bullpen. I just thought, okay, this is the kind of guy I was expecting him to do. He's not going to cost money. This is what the Astros look to do. But I swear to God, I thought it would be a name of a guy we'd never heard of. I mean, I didn't think it would be Loperfido just in and of itself. And then you throw in Bloss and Wagner, like, what? And so I said last night, like, there's got to be something more. We haven't not heard all the details of this. And I thought there'd be another prospect coming back that, was a player to be, like, they had to figure out who the other prospect was going to be.
Guerrero.
That's what people are wanting for this. We're going a little crazy about Joey Loperfido. He's a nice little player, but let's not act like it's another.
We'll find out if he's any better than Pedro
I hope
Leon.
He's terrible now.
We'll find out if he's any better than Pedro Leon because Pedro Leon is coming up. Yeah. So we'll see whether maybe Pedro. Maybe they wanted to make room. Maybe get everybody off of the Joey Loperfido train, and just like the Miles Straw train, and get Pedro Leon in here. I don't know.